Hello, cryptid-loving listeners. As a friendly reminder from us here at the Don't Touch My Sasquatch podcast, we frequently make crude jokes, sprinkle our sentences with naughty words, and discuss mature content.
Most of which may not be appropriate for all age groups. Listener discretion is advised. Now, please enjoy.
We're going squatching.
We're going squatching, bitches. Welcome back to the Don't Touch My Sasquatch podcast. We're your host. I am Josh, and this handsome fella is...
I continue to be Lennon.
Yeah, I changed it a little bit and didn't warn you.
Didn't expect it.
We explore controversial topics with energy and a good laugh. We're two guys that have a love and passion for these topics, things that you may have heard of, but may not know the full stories of yet. We're here to tell you those stories, give you our opinions, and let you come to your own conclusions. We will do the research. Me and this guy over here, handsome fella.
That's me.
That way you don't have to. Always keep your mind open to the possibility that things just may not be as they appear. Well, in today's episode, we talk about one of West Virginia's most popular legends, second only to the Mothman of Point Pleasant. On one fateful night in 1952, 7 kids, 1 adult and 1 heroic old pupper dog, allegedly ran into a crashed UFO and its alien pilot. What transpired was that of hysteria, verklumptness, and mystery. What happened that fateful night in West Virginia, and what truly was the cause of this sighting? Well, sit back, relax, and don't sniff that toxic mist as we dive into the Flatwoods Monster.
Hell yeah.
Monster!
There, oh, it's all ducked up.
He sure is.
There it is.
There he or she is. Can't really tell what that is.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a Jack Pumpkin.
It's a Jack Pumpkin.
Sorry. A skeleton Jack face there. From Nightmare Before Christmas.
Jack Pumpkin.
Yeah. What's going on with that thing?
Yeah, it's got little spindly arms on it, but we'll get into that.
Ace of Spades.
Oh, yes it does.
Ace of Spades. Sorry.
Flatwoods Monster is pretty dope.
I know. I was really enjoying the research on this one. How about you?
I very much also thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed most episodes we do, but this one, I don't know why. I really enjoyed it.
All right. I believe you.
No. I'm trying to convince myself.
Okay. Well, yeah. Flatwoods Monster, I guess we'll just get right into her.
We could. Well, I don't want to do that. I mean, it's kind of Oh, for you, buddy.
A reptilian.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Well, we're going to talk about...
The Flatwoods Monster.
Yeah, the Flatwoods Monster. No, we're going to talk about just the general... We're going to start out just to set the scene a little bit of what the United States was like during this time.
Set it.
Well, in the later half of the 1940s through the 1950s, the U.S. was in a state of saucer mania after the 1947 sighting by pilot Kenneth Arnold. Mm-hmm. For more on him, listen to any one of our previous episodes.
To do with UFOs. Literally any of them.
I think we talked about everyone. Same with the saucer mania. We talked about that heavily on many UFO episodes.
We have. Or the Roswell one where you you hear all the incidents.
Roswell incident of 1947. Both of
47? I thought it was 48.
Both of them happened in 47. I know you are, but I'm saying that's pretty cool. I kind of forgot about that. So I was writing this. I'm like, oh yeah, that was the same.
It was a couple months apart.
Yes, it was. Well, congruently during this time,
big words.
Congruently, yeah, it's a big one. Congruently, tensions with the USSR were starting to spike after the metaphorical genie was let out that was the nuclear bomb.
So it's time to put everyone's attention over here. Nothing's happening over there. Nothing's happening over there. Look over here. There's UFOs. What's happening?
I don't know. Who did it? All in all, the U.S. citizens' attention was directed toward the sky during this time.
Yeah.
Whether technology was on the rise, it's not what I meant to say.
Nope.
Technology was on the rise. New horizons were seen through the spyglass, and with them brought uncertain futures.
Very uncertain.
Very uncertain.
But it was certain that it was uncertain.
The only thing certain in life is death and...
taxes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Whether...
Fucking taxes.
Sorry.
That's a big one this year.
My bad.
Small business tax went up.
Did not mean that.
Not small business, just business tax went up.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, that's what I did. Our pocket's a little lighter.
Whether it was the constant reminder from the media through the movies or through the news about the rising tensions, but either way, it gripped the country. This thinking, in direction toward the sky, because they were doing a bunch of like, obviously they had like the air raid drill, not air raid, the nuclear drills. Sorry. Jesus, your fucking your sound effects
killed me.
Your
I couldn't finish
effects, just the talent you possess.
Just call me that.
It's incredible.
That guy from Police Academy,
Michael Winslow.
Thank you. I forgot his name already.
Yeah. Well, during this time, their attention was directed toward the sky because of all the movies of the science fiction type movies and stuff that they had going on during this time.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I fucking love old like 50s science fiction movie
they're
posters.
so believable.
They're cool. The posters are cool.
The posters are.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Ear itch time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would direct the attention over here with a siren, but you would get shocked face and I couldn't finish. So she said. Whoa.
Yeah, so UFO sightings spiked during this time, and many of these encounters we still talk about to this day, and become one of the some of the more famous ones. Roswell, Kenneth Arnold, Flatwoods Monster.
Some we don't talk about. We need to shed some light on.
Yeah, well, in future episodes. But this is merely the backdrop of the country smack in the middle of the saucer mania flat. This is the mindset the residents of Flatwoods, West Virginia lived in during the late summer of 1952.
When Columbus sailed the ocean blue.
On a throne of lies. On this, started earlier. It started earlier than that.
Malfunction with Lennon. Or it just started spitting out. Stop.
On September 12th of 1952, a spectacle was witnessed that would capture the minds and attention of the folks of Flatwoods, West Virginia.
Marilyn Monroe's aunt panties.
She was, I think, younger then. That's probably not appropriate.
Oh, am I in the wrong time, aren't I?
Yeah, 60s. On this particular day.
My bad. Sorry.
On this particular day, around 7:15 p.m., a group of residents witnessed an incredible being that shook them and the town to its core to this day.
That's only me.
It all started when
I went streaking.
Wow! Look at my spindly hands.
Yeah.
It all started when brothers Ed and Freddie May, aged 13 and 12, accompanied by their friends Tommy Heyer, 10, and Neil Nunley, no age given.
Neil Nunley.
Nunley.
Damn, that's a badass name.
That's a dope name. Neil Nunley. Noticed a pulsing red object dart across the sky above them before watching it crash or land on a nearby Fisher farm. Fisher was the resident's name, not a fishery.
By the nearby Fisher farm.
There we go. Words.
Not an. Sorry, I'm yelling a lot right now.
Hey, it's all good.
Got excited after the siren. Never recovered.
Never recovered. The boys recalled the object to have been the size of a small house, they said. The boys, filled with excitement as to what it could be or what the crash site looked like, ran to the May brothers' mom's house.
Hey, oops, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I would be excited too if you thought you saw a meteor.
Fuck yeah.
You can sell those things for a shit ton of money.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
They got lots of...
I don't know if that's what they were thinking at the time, but hey.
They got lots of precious metals and minerals and elements.
I love our new table, but I just caught my finger on this little handle right here.
Yeah. There's a handle there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't swing it.
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I don't know what I was saying. I'm just kidding.
Ran to Miss May's house.
Yeah, so they ran to the Mays house, which was nearby.
Willie Mays Hayes. Willie Hayes Mays? Willie Hayes Mays. I think that's what it was.
There's lots of names you're throwing at me that I don't know what you're saying.
That's a baseball player.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
That's the goddamn right. I like your funny words, Magic Man.
There it is. So they ran to the mom's house. Yeah. She was a single mom.
I don't know why I did that, sorry.
Ting! You let the intrusive thoughts win.
Sounds like a gong.
They got a weird doorbell.
You're right.
So the mom's name was Kathleen.
Just keep everything away from me right now.
The mom's name was Kathleen. She was a single mother.
Yes.
She was apparently a badass by all accounts.
Yeah.
Yeah. She grew up in the town and lived there all her life.
That made her a badass. It's a terrible town.
So
Not a terrible town. Sorry.
they lived on, their house was on the top of a hill. They were playing at the playground down the street.
Yeah.
So they made it there. At the Mays house was their cousin, 17-year-old National Guardsman Eugene Lemon.
Eugene makes his appearance.
Eugene's here.
Patreon, if you don't know. There's a Patreon episode.
It was?
No. Ha! Lies. Sasquatch episode.
Sasquatch abductions.
Yeah.
I was going to say that.
Oh,
That
the
you-
allergies got me.
That the wheezing. After filling them in on the matter, the boys sprinted their way to the top of the hill with Eugene, Kathleen, and Eugene's dog, Ritchie, in tow to get a better vantage point to see the wreckage and pinpoint its location.
That's right.
Peering from atop the hill, set on finding the source of this spectacle, the group now consisting of Freddie and Ed May, Tommy Heyer, Neil Nunley, Teddy Neal, Eugene Lemon, Kathleen May,
Woo!
and Ritchie the Detective Dog,
That's right.
spotted the rough area of the crash. And
Rough McGruffin spotted the rough area.
there's a lot of rrrs there.
He's on the case.
Spotted the area and headed in that direction to investigate. As they approached the area of the farm where the wreck occurred, they noticed protruding from the side of a hill at the edge of the farm the object now glowing orange and sticking out of it.
A carrot.
A carrot.
It's a carrot craft.
Actually, it's more like an egg, which I'll talk about later. I think from the total distance between the top of the hill at the May house to the base of this hill where the wreck had occurred, where they fully sighted the wreck, I think that was like a half mile, it said.
Gotcha. That's far, but not too far.
Yeah, so it's probably around 7:30 at this time. So it's starting to get dark.
Gotcha.
So as they approached the area of the farm where the wreck occurred, they noticed it protruding from the side. So they headed towards it through the trail that took them in the direction about a half mile from the May house, I said.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Armed with flashlights, they trudged onwards through the brush with Eugene and Kathleen at the helm of the group. Approaching off the trail that brought them to the hill, got very convoluted during this part because, as we talked about before, there's multiple different accounts, but they all kind of have the same direction, but they all kind of weave a little bit. So they took
the main parts of the stories
are exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's just little details.
How we get there.
Yes. We know that from the top of the hill, they took a trail that brought them to the base of the hill on the Fisher farm. And at the base of the hill, to get to the craft was all wooded. And so they had to trudge their way through and make their own trail.
And Gruff the dog. What'd you call him? Ritchie
Ritchie the Detective Dog.
Ritchie the Detective Dog went sniffing ahead.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So once they reached the base of the hill, they
I gotta stop saying yeah.
yeah.
Sorry. It's like ingrained in me now. I can't stop it.
Once they reached the base of the hill, they took a moment to assess the situation.
Yeah.
The group would now have to walk.
I'm really not doing it on purpose. I say.
Oh man, the group would now have to walk through the wooded brush area to reach the site. Eugene and Kathleen blazed the trail onward, ahead of everybody.
Yeah, they had their machetes and ching, 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 ching. Not really, not at all, actually. It was a clean trail.
It was, sort of.
Maybe. Who knows?
Who knows? By the time they were around 50 foot from the site that they estimated,
Yes, sir.
they encountered a thick, hazy mist in the area that reportedly burned their eyes and noses.
Yeah.
It was at this point that Ritchie, the detective dog, decided to run into the mist toward the object, barking and screaming the Miranda rights, which were not yet put in place.
Right. Well, he was ahead of the game.
He's just way ahead of the game.
He was way ahead.
He's like, I'm here for citizens' rights.
Damn right.
But a few seconds later, he returned with his tail between his legs.
Fuck that shit.
He said, fuck that shit, not for me. You guys got this one.
Yeah.
Back up!
Well, the dog didn't like it. Let's go.
Yeah. I said, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, nope.
Yeah. Nope.
So he came back. When they were able to get a glimpse of the object, they said it was shaped like an egg and it was buried nose first into the side of the hill. Ritchie was really hoping to get that DWI conviction.
Absolutely. That's why he tagged along even after running away.
It's like, I got this, guys.
Hold on. I got my courage back.
This will give me a promotion.
Soon, I'll be Captain Ritchie.
Captain Ritchie. I did the thing we do where I just repeat the joke.
It's okay. We both do that.
It was around this time that they heard strange noises emitting from the egg craft.
Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo.
As they got closer. That's what you did.
Yes, that is what I did.
Oh, man, they heard the strange noises. As they were looking at the object, they suddenly heard a nose. They heard a noise behind them.
Who was that?
God damn it! Ritchie! Oh, as they all turned with flashlights darting around in search of the noise's origin, one of them shouted, "Look, at the tree!"
Look at the tree. I just did what you do.
That was when they finally spotted it. The Flatwoods Monster. Roll credits.
All right, that's it. We're done.
There, floating in front of them, was a creature or a thing that was around 12 to 15 feet tall, but by some accounts say 10 to 12 or 10 to 15. Either way, it was a tall motherfucker.
Once again, we come to the crossroads of when you're looking at something, can you really tell how tall it is?
They said they used the tree. They said they used the tree around it as a marker.
I'm not criticizing them. I'm just saying all these different accounts of how tall it is.
Yes.
I get why it'd be a couple feet difference.
Yes. Either way, 10 foot at the lowest point they estimated is still a big fuck.
You get me,
dude.
you get me, get you.
I'm me.
We'll get Orion, and we'll get you guys, and we'll all individually see something and just guess its height. I bet you we will not have the same fucking height.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But hey, let's all criticize the fact that they have different heights.
Yes. Yeah, anyways.
Sorry. I hate that. He's
passionate about heights.
I love heights. It's a great thing.
Oh my God. Well, this tall motherfucker, they said it seemed to sway left and right.
He was dancing.
They noticed it was floating, so it was maybe like
dancing
hovering.
And farting.
Dancing and farting.
That's what the best was.
Well, it wore what they described as a long dress. Mm-hmm. Some accounts say that it was metallic. Some say it was like a cloth. Mm-hmm. But it was more of a dress in the shape that it was like a covering that didn't have appendages. Slots for appendages.
Yes.
And it had a hood type thing behind it, or a cowl that made its head. Nope. Or a cowl behind its head that was in the shape of a spade. For reference, just look at that. I'm sure in the video there'll be that's a drawing that was made of the description.
Yeah.
Sure, you'll have that in there.
No.
Nope.
Fuck you all.
You visualize, people.
Close your eyes and just imagine.
Now, its head was one massive red circle.
Yes.
Just a big red circle. And inside of it was its eyes, as they described.
I hope so.
Its eyes they described as two portholes.
I've heard that.
Which are round circles of glowing orange light.
Yes.
So, circle, two circles. And that's all it had. Its arms, much like the rest of the creature, appeared to be metallic and like a suit of armor. At the end of each of the two arms, it had what Kathleen described as toy-like claws. Mm-hmm. They all described it having these spindly metallic arms, and it had these claws.
Remember, all these are accounts. All these are accounts. No,
you're right.
Yeah. All these accounts are from basically like split-second seeing, because they didn't just sit there and say, "Wow,
that's a cool look at that motherfucker."
Keep looking at him.
You get all of this, Richie.
Yeah. Richie, should we run?
He's gone. As it floated, as it was floating there, it all of a sudden started floating towards the group. And about this time, Eugene said, "Check, please," and dipped the fuck out with the rest of the group in tow. Yes. Now, one account said that he noped the fuck out of there by turning tail and fucking pushing everybody aside.
Get out of my way, bitches!
Get the fuck out of here!
And then everybody followed.
And everyone followed behind him. They're like, "Oh, he's leaving too. I guess we'll go."
And then one account that I read said that he fainted.
Yeah.
And then everybody decided, "Yep, that's it. We're gone."
Yeah.
And scurried.
One account I read said that Eugene claimed that. Nope, not Eugene didn't claim this. I guess one of the kids that knew some of the kids in school said that one of the kids admitted that he, I think, pissed his pants in fear.
I saw that. Yeah.
Which, fucking Christ, I wouldn't blame him.
I'm trying to imagine. You got a big Yeah, I'd probably piss my pants in fear too if I had to pee, of course.
Right.
I'm not just gonna randomly be like, "I gotta pee," or "I gotta pee." If I had to pee, I'd just say,
"I gotta take a piss." Thanks for stalling.
Yeah, he was getting a drink. I was doing my best, and then I got tangled.
Wet a whistle.
I got tangled.
So it started lunging towards them, and they all dipped out.
What, punk? What?
Yeah. So the group raced back to the house, all in shock and disbelief of what they had just seen and witnessed. And Kathleen wasted no time in contacting first the local sheriff's office and then a local reporter.
Yeah. Ooh. You have it where she contacted the reporter?
Yeah.
Because I have it where the sheriff contacted the reporter and came along.
Well, either way, reporter was contacted.
I had it. She only contacted. Anyways, let's get into what I had.
Brian Williams showed up.
And Ryan Gosling.
Okay. The two greatest detectives the world's ever seen.
Well,
not a Ryan Gosling character. Not him in Blade Runner 2049.
Nope.
But just the actor himself.
yes, just Ryan Gosling.
Shout out to you, Goosling.
That's right. And then there's the little Pup McGruffin there. Ritchie. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting his name.
Now made captain for his bravery.
Absolutely. Well, that didn't last long. So, the next few days were not pleasant for the boys that had witnessed this creature. We'll call it a creature because we don't know exactly what it is.
We'll call it the Flatwoods Monster.
Fuck! The next few days were not pleasant for the boys that witnessed the Flatwoods Monster.
Thank you.
Yeah, I am up. Oh. When the investigators arrived, when the investigators arrived, they began to have symptoms. The boys are, not the investigators. I should have specified that. A lot of little delays there. The boys began to have symptoms of nausea, headache, and vomiting. Eugene Lemon was vomiting through the night and would later develop complications with his throat for weeks after. That lasted for weeks after.
Damn.
Yes, sir. Some point to the nausea and vomiting as a response to the extreme levels of fear that the group had experienced. Although, as the days went on, the members of the group experienced skin rashes, swollen throats, and irritated red eyes. Oh, and nasal passages too.
Fun.
Sounds great, doesn't it? Which allegedly the physician that examined them pointed out that these are all symptoms, or the same symptoms, and signs of exposure to mustard gas. Mustard gas.
I was going to be like, ooh, are you going to talk about it being mustard gas? And then I was like, I'm going to let him wait. I'm going to let him have this and see if he got there.
I mean,
I knew you did.
It might not be mustard gas.
No, but the
same symptoms.
Similar.
Now you got to think, it could be exhaust from the craft. It could be maybe Flatwoods Monster.
Shit his pants.
Exactly.
Now they all got pink eye.
Fuck me. Or in a defense attack, or not attack, but defense mechanism, whatever, it releases noxious gas. I don't know.
Could be the Flatwoods Monster's atmosphere.
Maybe he just fucking stinks, all right?
Maybe.
He hasn't showered in weeks. He's been traveling from Uranus for a while.
Oh, good one. I like that callback.
Yeah. He said, what?
I tried it. What? That was good. 10 out of 10.
The kids' sore throats were later explained away by saying they got the sore throats from screaming. COVID. Don't say that word. From screaming.
I'm sure they did.
I want you all to put your flags at half-mast. I want you to stand up. I want you to get your guns ready. And I want you to give them the 12-shot bark salute.
21 gun salute.
No, it's a dog, so 12. 2 days after the incident.
No, don't say it.
2 days. The dog that accompanied the group sadly died. He was at ground level for the dirty mist.
Forever in our hearts, Ritchie the Detective Dog.
What's bad is I pretended to act like I'm crying, and now my eyes are actually watering.
You can fake cry. That's incredible.
Yeah, I can. I thought I told you that.
I've never known that. That's pretty dope.
I think I just amplified that that cough there.
Ritchie.
Yeah. For always in here. In here. In our minds and in our hearts. Well, as you stated, Miss May called the local show. Stop it. All right, fine. As you stated, Kathleen May called the local sheriff. What were you laughing at?
I imagined what you're going to do during that part. Like what you do with Alien, the FUD one.
What one? What are you talking about?
The rest in peace. And
Yeah, that one, again, that's a Patreon part. But yes.
That was so good.
Yeah, I did that to my Camaro, too. remember.
Yes.
Yeah, that one is the main episode. Anyways, she called the local sheriff, Robert Carr. And Robert Carr called the local newspaper, there wasn't only one. Might be
Okay.
Who knows? Called a local newspaper reporter, publisher, I wrote, to accompany him or to come investigate. I really don't know why the fuck he would call him. It would make more sense if Kathleen called him. Mm-hmm. But either way, someone called him. Mr. A. Lee Stewart did show up.
Okay.
But first, I skipped over what the sheriff said.
All right.
My bad.
It's okay. What did old Sherry have to say?
Sheriff and Ritchie got together and discussed the events of the night. And Sheriff Carr would then go to the site where the alleged creature and craft were seen. He reported that he could not locate the craft or the creature, but the smell was still present. Now we get back. He called the newspaper guy, blah, blah, blah. Now we're back and forward.
All right.
In 1952, after the incident, A. Lee Stewart, a local newspaper publisher, accompanied the sheriff to the location. He explained, those people were the most scared people I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. People don't make up that kind of story that quickly.
Yeah.
It would have been pretty quick, though. It was that night. After the witnesses told him what they saw, he himself marched up that hill to see for himself. With a shotgun in hand, he apparently found weird tracks and a black gooey liquid on trees and grass. No sight of orbs or creatures.
Tastes like shit.
It's a bit salty. It's alien semen.
Martha, get your shotgun.
Let's see what this does.
Let's see what this does.
Yep, it ignited. It was not semen, it was oil. My bad. Oh, shit. Am I going to die? Am I going to be all right? Ritchie! Where'd you go? Where'd you go again? Fucking dog. Why is he a captain?
Why is he a captain?
All right, the next day, Stewart went back to the site the next day. You can tell that I took a break for a second after starting a sentence, got distracted, as I usually do.
Got distracted.
Yeah. Came back and wrote the same thing twice. So the next day, Stewart went back to the site the next day and found skid marks in the field and an odd gummy deposit.
And in his underwear.
Yeah. Underwear and slippers. Bathrobe, though, at least. These were then attributed by UFO enthusiast groups as evidence of a flying saucer.
Dope.
Don't know if that was a common back then, but apparently it was.
Sweet.
We can talk about the Air Force. The Air Force came. Project Blue Book, as you requested.
There they are.
Yeah. They found nothing.
Okay.
No.
Fantastic. Awesome. Great. Fun.
This not only made national news, but it also prompted a U.S. Air Force UFO inquiry, not a trial, also known as Project Blue Book, that sends a handful of investigators around the country to investigate such claims as these.
Mm-hmm. Was one of our
J. Edgar Hynek?
No, was one of our DTS heroes on this mission, J. Allen Hynek.
I always say Edgar. I don't know why.
Because you're thinking J. Edgar Hoover.
Maybe. I don't know why I keep saying Edgar. Allen. Maybe.
Okay.
I
didn't know if it did.
Zero reports of him. But if you watch
gonna...
the stupid Project Blue Book series, that totally fucked this up, by the way. Yeah. They say he was there, but they also... Go watch it and you'll see some bullshit. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, don't watch it.
Okay.
That's very, very confusing. Watch it, don't watch it. Maybe, God.
Can't do everything for you.
It sucked. But I don't think he was there. Hey, I don't think he was there. I started reading the sentence and I wanted to tell you that. Anyways.
Well, I appreciate you telling me.
My pleasure. But after a quick investigation, they determined that the streak the boys saw in the sky was just a meteor. I apologize. The allergies are getting to me.
It's fine.
They said it was the same meteor that was seen in Baltimore, about 300 miles away, that very same night. At the very same time, apparently. As for the monster, they said it was simply just an owl.
Likely story.
we'll get into that later in my part.
Fucking weather balloon my ass.
Yeah, we'll get into all that in my part. They make some good arguments both ways, though.
Okay, I'm excited.
I'm sorry. So am I. That's why I touched your foot. This brush off and easy explanation ignores the pulsing light seen on the hill by multiple people, the vibrations in the area after the object settled on the hill or crashed on the hill, whichever, and the many that claim to have seen the object flying around in the area.
Lots of people.
That is a lot of people. That wasn't the only government people that came and visited.
Oh, really? George Washington showed up, huh?
He did. Him and his, what do you have, pig teeth? He didn't have wooden teeth. He had dentures made of, I think, pig teeth. I could be wrong.
Most olden dentures used to just be like cadaver's teeth.
Okay. But that's, I don't know which is more disgusting. I see why everybody wants to go with wood teeth, because that's that. Hey, I got dead people teeth in my mouth.
I'm gonna look it up.
That's fine. I'm gonna go with. Well, there was also a claim of a visit from the famed Men in Black. After Miss May reported the incident to the sheriff, the government sent some men that only introduced themselves as from the government to her house to investigate the report and take down the witnesses' reports. That's a lot of reports in a sentence. These guys from the government were most likely the infamous Men in Black. They reportedly took Miss May's dress that had some of the oil substance on it to investigate and said they would return it. They never did. They also allegedly took several pieces of metal that they had, that the kids grabbed or someone grabbed. I didn't really see. I didn't find out who grabbed it. Ritchie. Somebody in the party grabbed it. Was it Ritchie?
No.
Oh, fuck you. Someone grabbed it after the incident. They also never returned that.
Yeah.
So they're grabbing shit, not returning it. And shortly after, the press covering the incident changed their tune. After the initial coverage, the witnesses were a part of a wider coverage of the story. National coverage of the story. Sorry.
Hey, it's okay.
I gotta stop saying sorry. The coverage involved interviews with multiple astronomers that were making the witnesses appear to be just ignorant country folk, making it seem like they just became scared of a meteor sighting.
What is it?
What about it do? But again, like I stated above, it doesn't explain a lot of the other accounts that happen.
No, it does not.
Now, I have one more account.
Sure.
And then I want to hear your findings on the wood teeth.
Okay.
After many interviews with locals, Gary Barker would find that many residents of the town had witnessed something strange flying in the night sky. This was at various locations spanning about a 20-mile radius. Now, Gary Barker is a author.
Sure.
And as well as a investigator of this type of stuff. And I think he gets credited for the Men in Black, but I could be completely wrong on
like that. The creation of them?
Oh, mentioning them and not like creating them, but bringing them to light. Yeah. In one of his books. But I could be off, and I don't want to put that out as fact. That is just, I think I read that.
Yeah.
So that's who Gary Barker is. Sorry. I did never put that in any of my notes, so it was just like, haha, guess what? There were also multiple sightings of the creature, which was reported as a 10-foot tall creature, as we stated, 10 foot, 12 foot, 7 foot, with a head shaped like a spade, and what appeared to be a metal dark dress, or a dark metal dress. Totally went dyslexic there.
Same thing.
The creature's skin was dark black or green in color, depending on the account.
Yeah, I did read a few accounts that said that the Flatwoods Monster.
Yeah.
The metal was greenish.
Yeah.
Had a greenish hue to it, and also I saw ones that said that the dress that it was wearing was green.
I'm gonna finish this, and I want to pick up on that point real quick. He would conclude that the sighting may suggest that there was either the same flying object circling the sky that night, visible by many, or it was another craft trying to find a place to land or to make an observation, maybe looking for the downed craft. So back to your point about the dress. Now, I didn't write this down because I was actually listening to a podcast that was talking about this. I guess Miss May, and I think it was Freddie as a kid, a couple years later did another interview, and they were explaining that, or Freddie was kind of explaining that the pleated dress or the whatever dress, dark dress that they saw was more of a mechanical apparatus, bowl-shaped apparatus, and that the pleats were just pipes and tubes going from the base to the top, and maybe a life support, maybe, you know, like when we go to a different planet, we're wearing a astronaut suit, right?
Yeah.
Which is the same point these guys made is maybe this creature came from a different planet, didn't know our planet, maybe this is a one-time visit,
I think it's a safe bet that it came from another planet.
Well, what I'm saying is because it's never been to this planet,
exactly.
The zoo of Earth.
Yes. You need something to support it if this isn't your atmosphere.
Exactly. And in another count that you're going to cover, and I'll chime in on that one if you don't mind.
Yeah.
It looked like it kind of took off some of this. Maybe it realized, I don't need this stuff. I can breathe the air or whatever. So
it's like in the movies when they get onto the planet or when they're in a toxic environment. They're like, the readings say it's okay. Don't take your mask off, Johnny. And he's like,
I can breathe.
Oh, it's fine. And then,
but to go with your little dress.
No.
Yeah. But that is those sightings, reported sightings. What other sightings?
Well, before we get into that, I got an update on the teeth situation.
Oh, yeah, the teeth. Tell me about it.
So, according to Encyclopedia of Virginia,
it's important.
Contrary to popular belief, by the way, we're both correct. Contrary to popular belief, he never had wooden teeth.
Yes.
The dentures he used were made from animal and human teeth. He bought teeth from his slaves, as well as elephant and walrus ivory. The false teeth were embedded in a base of lead and made flexible with steel springs.
Why do you want flexible teeth?
No, like...
Also, can I just state... Can you imagine walrus teeth in your mouth?
Walrus and elephant ivory.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But it is a walrus tooth. You're correct. And technically a tusk is
a tooth.
Yeah, so you're not wrong. I think what's also concerning about that is that the base that the teeth were set in, it's lead. Can you imagine walking around with a lead fucking in your mouth all day?
You might get lead poisoning.
Oh, yeah,
you might die from a blood transfusion that they had to do back then, where they take out like half your blood.
I'm looking at a picture of them. That's why I'm talking about it looks incredibly difficult to talk. Well, so that's an update on that. But you guys, that's history. That's my shit. So I had to talk about it. Let's talk about the Snitowskis.
I know some history too.
Yeah, you do. We're both right.
Yeah, you do.
I'm proud of you.
All right.
You know the Knights Templar.
Who?
Huh? Let's talk about the Snitowski sighting.
Yeah.
This occurred the day after the event of the original sighting, 20 miles south in Strange Creek.
Ooh, Strange Creek.
Yeah. George and Edith Snitowski, along with their 18-year-old... No.
18-year-old?
No.
Why is he still in the car seat?
Along with their 18-month-old baby, had a strange encounter of their own. While driving in the area between Clay and Braxton County on Route 4... the family's car suddenly died in the middle of the road.
I've had that before.
So did I.
Real recently. Both of us.
Like 2 weeks apart.
Yeah, literally.
It was dark out, and every attempt by George to get the car started again was exhausted. The car would not turn on.
Damn it.
Inexplicably. Tried
Done.
Damn near everything. So as the couple were discussing options and plans, as the next town was many miles away, and it was now getting dark, or it was dark, I should say. All of a sudden, a burned sulfuric mist began to roll in that is similar in description to the mist encountered by the Flatwoods group.
And Miss Snikowski said, George, why'd you shit yourself? Can you give me a little warning here?
We're locked in here and you do this. They're not locked in there.
No.
But this mist woke the baby up and the baby began to cry.
I would too if I had to smell that was burning my nose and throat.
Right. Just then, out of the side of the road in the woods, a bright light appeared.
Ritchie came. Oh, shit. I'm here! It's slow motion. Why is that dog running so slow?
Listen, you guys got to get the hell out of here. I just tracked something here.
I can smell it from miles away.
I've been staking him out.
Yeah, it's about to go down. Go. Save yourself.
Save yourself. Don't be a hero.
Yeah.
Forever in our hearts. A bright light. So the bright light appeared off the road, in the woods. Bright light.
Yes.
The couple are like, well, what the fuck is that shit? I got really high pitch there.
Pretty good.
Like, what the fuck is that shit?
I like the first way you did it.
Yeah, I know. Just then, the couple saw floating in front of them all of a sudden, right in front of their car,
an owl,
a 10-foot tall creature.
Yeah.
This creature has the same characteristics of the Flatwood Monster, but instead of a metallic spade-shaped hood, the couple claimed it to have a reptilian, bony, lizard-like head, but all with the same proportions as before.
Yeah.
So this leads credence to your theory, not theory. Well, everyone's kind of general suspicion. That it was just a spacesuit.
Right.
And underneath it, apparently, it's a reptilian.
Right.
So maybe the reptilians, who knows, maybe this could have been one of the early encounters of the reptilians on Earth, and this was before they're like, hey, dog, we can breathe this. But also, true. I think reptilians are from inner Earth.
I would agree with that. Maybe Antarctica. You should tune in next week to Ancient Aliens.
Huh? Oh, next week on Ancient Aliens, we will also talk about spacesuits.
And Antarctica.
Yeah.
All right.
Spoilers.
I like that tease.
Yeah, that was good. I would say, yeah.
There's so much I want to say about this in terms of theories I have, and I'm trying to hold off to final thoughts. So
good. Fantastic.
And I'll forget, because that's just what happens. Yeah, I'll forget.
So yeah, the creature.
Wow, that was aggressive.
Wow, you got really aggressive. The creature, as I said, had the same characteristics, reptilian-like.
Yes.
So it hovered in front of the car for a few seconds before it turned tail.
And scurried.
Almost scurried.
Actually, no.
It floated off gradually off the road, but not before dragging its reptilian claws along the hood of the car as it went by.
Yeah. Ooh, nice sound effect.
Thank you.
That was your belly. You're hungry.
It's been growling. Yeah. So drug its claws, now not in a metallic shroud armor, but yeah.
Yeah. The cone I saw, red, not saw.
Sure.
Yeah, I saw it.
I was there.
I saw it. I was there. I went back in time.
Popcorn.
Yeah, it smells real bad. Count I read, it was talking about how from the waist up, it then had like a reptilian body. It was like, took it off. And that it came to the car while they were in there. Mm-hmm. And when when Mr. Snikowski looked up outside the window, it was like fucking face to face with him.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah. And then it kind of went around the car and then did the touching of the car with its claws, you know.
The touching of the car.
Good car. Solid. I now give you permission to leave.
Now you may exit.
Yeah. So anyways, just imagine that in the fucking middle of the night.
All of a sudden, a giant lizard
deserted
face.
Woods. Not deserted woods, but like
it's a
remote woods.
It's a remote woods, and no one was on the road.
And then you look out your fucking window while you're trying to like, I don't know what he was doing, but let's just say he was comforting his wife because he's a good guy, you know?
Sure.
Making sure the baby's okay. Looks outside the window, and here's his face to face with Mr. Reptile.
Reptile? That's his name.
Mr. Reptile.
Reptile the Flatwoods Monster.
Yeah, exactly. I think I touched your foot again. I'm sorry.
That wasn't my foot.
Oh, shit. It's Frank's. Ritchie's. Frank. Who the fuck is Frank?
Couldn't tell you.
That was stupid. Anyways, I would be scared shitless.
Yeah. I'd make some sulfuric mist myself.
It wouldn't just be mist, if you know what I mean. Oh, there'd be just a hot load in my pants. A poop. Yeah, I wouldn't be that excited. Oh my god! Yeah!
You just turn at him and you just I shit my pants.
I think I just shit my pants. Apologies, please go on.
Oh, it's all good.
Thank you, Lennon.
So as the creature departed the road, stage left, it was out of sight. The car once again started up with no issue.
Yeah. It's probably to their like relief.
Yeah, they're like, let's get the fuck out of here, Scoob.
Zoink, Scoop! Ruh-roh, Raggy!
So we know of this Snitowski's account because Mr. Snitowski gave his account to the 1955 issue of Mail Magazine 3 years later. It was just called Mail Magazine.
I know.
Okay.
No, I was making a joke.
I know you were.
I love you, man.
I was afraid to look up Mail Magazine.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't look it up either. Bunch of hairy guys.
Yeah. I did not want to look it up. I was trying to find the actual article, but I could not find it.
Yeah.
But anyway,
it's hard to look for that because you might find some other stuff you might not want to see.
Do not.
Yeah. Well,
Go ahead.
Is that all you have in Snitowski?
Snitowski.
Snitowski, sorry. Snitowski. I'm always watching you.
That's Wazowski.
Whatever. I'm getting them all confused.
Robert Lewandowski, fantastic soccer player.
I can't do that voice anyways. My father could, and he would do it for everyone all the time, even when you were 18.
You like to make people happy.
Yes. So, in one of the accounts I read about that, the next day when they got to the town, they stayed over that night.
Mm-hmm.
So the next morning when they were going to leave,
where
the creature touched the car with its claws was burned claw marks.
No shit.
Yeah. I don't know why. What does he have? Lava fingers?
Acid rain.
Right? So what other account? I'm sorry. I'm done interrupting you.
That's okay.
No, I'm not. Let's be real. Let's be real.
Why are you asking me what other account? You told me you had an account.
Oh, it was just... Okay. Yeah.
You were starting to tell me about the Snitowskis.
No, that was it.
Oh, okay.
That was it.
So that was it.
Just the next day, they...
Yes. So, well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And a local farmer...
Yep.
Saw what looked like a local... only a local fire. Saw what looked like a fire on the hill where this incident happened.
Mm-hmm.
And when he went to grab his binoculars, the red hue disappeared in a flash of white light. Mm-hmm. So maybe the old Flatwoods Monster compatriots showed up and took the ship.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't fucking know because no ship was there anymore.
Possibly. Well, another sighting.
Yes.
Also.
You do have more sightings.
I do. This took place.
Yeah, I do. Sorry. I fucked up.
This took place shortly before the actual Fisher's Farm Flatwoods Group sighting.
Yeah.
Ritchie's outside.
I was about to say that. I'm here, guys.
This happened. This was witnessed by a Miss Audra Harper.
She sounds pretty.
Probably, maybe. She claimed to have seen the monster while walking through the woods near her home in the town of Heaters.
Okay. That's got to be close to them.
Yeah, it's 5 miles north of Flatwoods.
There it is.
There it is. Harper, story goes, based off of BraxtonWestVirginia.org. Mm-hmm. Shout out. Mm-hmm. The story goes that Harper and her friend were walking to a nearby store.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
No, I said that exactly right.
Oh, good.
The road leading out of their property was implacable.
Inapplicable? Inaccessible?
Implaceable. People are shouting at me in their fucking cars right now. Either way, it was and rutted. So they were taking a shortcut through the forest instead of walking the road, which would have increased their trip significantly. About a half mile into their trip, they noticed a ball of fire on the hill as they were passing.
Great balls of fire.
Harper dismissed it, assuming... Hey, Top Gun. Harper dismissed it, assuming that one of her neighbors was fox chasing.
With fire? Is he a magician? Poof! Poof! What the fuck?
Beat me to it. When she glanced back, she saw something unbelievable. The fire had vanished, and in its place stood a tall, dark silhouette of a man-shaped figure. Terrified, Harper and her friend ran, escaping the rocks and boulders strewn around the hillside.
I would too.
And that's the account that they told me.
They told you that, huh?
Yeah, through words in text.
Oh, those people, they're sneaky with those words in text.
Yeah, so either way, in 1952...
That didn't happen. Sounds like we're back in 1952. Holy shit.
Well, either way, in September of 1952, in West Virginia, many people saw something kind of fucking freaky.
Yes, sir.
But the thing is that nobody has seen the Flatwoods Monster since. There's been no sightings since this time.
Okay. I was going to save it for final thoughts, but do you think this is a one-off? Maybe maybe he or she, maybe the Flatwoods Monster, whatever the fuck it is, reptilian.
Reptile.
Yeah, maybe it was a different type of reptilian that just kind of stopped in Earth or crashed or whatever. Of course, there's other things I'll get into about that. But like a one-off, and that's why no one's seen it again.
It must.
Do you think it was misinterpreted as an owl, from an owl, not as an owl? Or do you think it is truly reptilians and they got my tongue and they just got better at whatever or made a deal with the government? Because remember, UFO craze at the time. I'm really getting to final thoughts. I'm going to go ahead and stop right there.
Should we just do final thoughts?
No, because I got to do the explanations given.
Well, then do the explanation.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was getting
wise guy.
I was getting excited. Shelve all that for later, peeps. All right, we're
asking me final thoughts questions.
I know. I'm sorry. Sorry. All right. I'm going to talk about Joe Nichols right now.
Okay.
And why Joe Nichols, I mean Joe Nickel right now.
Joe Nichols sounds like...
Yeah, he sounds like a country singer.
I was going to say he sounds like a mob boss informant.
Oh, there's that too. His account, not his account, he did an investigation. And this is his theories as to what. I looked at all three of you. You, the camera, the other camera. Anyways.
And Ritchie.
So, yeah. One of the most popular theories about the creature is that it is just an owl. And this was made famous mostly by the publishers.
Clearinghouse.
Newspaper publisher A. Lee Stewart. He did like a one-off line. Mm-hmm. Basically saying, or maybe they just saw an owl, but he was being sarcastic and joking. Anyways, They kind of ran with it. And Joe Nickel, I don't know if he ran with it off that article or came to his own conclusions. Either way, in his research, this is what he found.
Okay.
Anyways, now I'm reading my note. I took little notes and then I turned it into this big paragraph. And the start of this Joe Nickel sentence says, same eyes as owl. Joe Nichols, a PhD in English. I forgot to erase it. Okay. I'm going to do this so I don't read that. Joe Nickel, a PhD in English, a longtime paranormal investigator, and a career skeptic, did his own investigation of the Flatwoods Monster and interviews with the witnesses.
Okay.
In June of 2000.
Oh, that far.
Mm-hmm. He interviewed a man named Johnny Lockhart, who was 95, who told him that basically everyone that had seen the alleged flying saucer recognized it for what it was, a meteor. So this is his explanation for the UFO. Mm-hmm. Lockhart stated that the fireball had been seen on a relatively horizontal trajectory in various states. Mm-hmm. As to why the boys believed to have seen it land on a hillside, Nickel explained that it is a known illusion associated with meteors, stating, next page thing, they are very far from you, but they're so bright that you almost duck. You think they're just coming right overhead, and they go out of sight beyond the hill. It creates an illusion that it is landing up there. Mm. That's what he thinks the UFO is. That's what a lot of people think the UFO was just a meteor. Mm-hmm. Certain things, though, which I'll discuss in a little bit, don't add up if it's just a meteor.
Okay.
Like, people have seen meteors before, first off.
Yes.
Let's talk about his theory of the creature. I kind of alluded to it multiple times. Let's talk about it. So if the UFO was a meteor, what is his explanation for the creature? I should just kind of like read my notes and it will lead me right into what I did that. Damn it! Damn it, Jim. Nichols says that the reason West Virginia is home to several famous cryptids is because they have owls. He believes that the creature was nothing more than a female barn owl protecting her chicks.
It's a big fucking owl.
That's a big fucking owl. You got big fucking eyes.
That's a nice fucking fish.
Yeah, you got it. Nichols states they shine a light at it and it sees it has, this is his quote, and it's like a tongue twister. They shine a light at it and see it has kind of a heart-shaped face, which barn owls do. And all of a sudden, just as quickly as a wink, the creature came right at them, Nichols said. And Miss May would remember these terrible claws. They were very vague, about the bottom of the creature. There wasn't one. It was on a branch. He explained that nocturnal animals like owls have reflective elements in their eyes. Again, that's true.
It is.
That help them to see in the dark, which makes their eyes appear to glow in the dark when you shine light on them. Barn owls have a white face roughly shaped like an upside-down spade, and as a bird of prey, they also have talons or claws. Not to mention, barn owls make an eerie-sounding hissing screech. So he's not telling lies. Possibly could have been if you just gave me this one account and said they saw this and nobody else saw it, I might say, you know what, maybe it was a barn owl.
Yeah.
But you're going to tell me a barn owl's wreaking havoc?
There's lots of things.
All over Flatwoods and surrounding 20 miles?
There's a lot of things about that explanation that I think are kind of fucking stupid.
Yes. Again, let's get into that and final thoughts.
Okay.
I mean, unless you're going to forget it like that one time.
No, I guess.
I don't want you to forget it, so.
No, go ahead. Just remind me about barn owl stupidity.
Or, let me just finish with the mist and the other things. And
Final
then,
thoughts.
Yeah, okay. So the mist. As for the sickening mist, Nickel explains that the mist was just normal mist. The smell that is reported to come along with the mist just came from a type of pungent-smelling grass that grows all over that area. How about the skid marks in the odd gummy deposit? Well, the skid marks in the odd gummy deposit was easily explained by a local man he interviewed named Max Lockhart. Sound familiar? Lockhart stated that the marks were made from his 1942 Chevy pickup truck and the gummy deposit was just leaking oil from his truck's oil pan. That is his explanation for all the events that happened to basically one group, but not the other groups.
Yeah.
Could it have been an owl? I mean, I guess. If the Snitowskis are lying and other people are lying, sure.
Well, the Snitowski's account is nowhere near close to an owl.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If everybody's lying.
Yeah, what kind of owl did they say it was?
Barn owl.
A barn owl. That's what
I've looked it up too, and it does have that spade look.
I just want to see if it is the one I'm thinking it is. It is the one I'm thinking it is. Now, coincidentally enough, owls have long been confused for aliens.
Of course, because they're fucking creepy.
Their faces.
They can be.
I'm sorry, maybe not long. But yeah, because when they're peering into your window at night or something. Like, and the fourth kind uses it.
Alaska.
Yeah.
But that was based off real events, of course.
Exactly.
I would love to investigate that.
But that's the thing is that it looks similar, but not in the same as this alien. So.
Yeah, not even close. That's a big fucking owl.
That's what I'm saying
Big
too.
fucking owl.
This one's running. It looks dorky as hell. It's a big fucking owl.
It's a big fucking owl. Some owls are big, but not that big.
The spade shape is in the opposite direction.
It's like a wise old owl.
Spade shape's in the opposite direction.
Is it?
Yes.
Maybe it was upside down.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Well, that was his explanation. Doesn't make it right.
No.
Let's look at some Frankie C. Frechino Jr. It's a mouthful. He wrote a book.
Okay.
Frankie. Wasn't that the dog? Ritchie. God damn it. Jesus. There's too many goddamn...
Lots of names. What about Neil Nunley?
Fuck that guy.
What?
He's a serial killer.
He doesn't have 3 names. He's not a serial killer.
You're right. Frankie C. Frechino Jr. has
4 names.
Technically, he's a junior.
He's safe.
Anyways, Frank Frechino Jr., I'm just going to keep saying his fucking name, researched the incident and wrote a book called The Braxton County Monster, the cover-up of the Flatwoods Monster. In it... That's my owl impression.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
In it, he examines the case and explains some theories. Sorry. In it, he examines the case and explains some theories of government cover-ups.
Okay.
Had to power through that mess up I keep doing.
Continue, JFK.
Right. We're going to go to the moon this day or next.
There we go.
This year or the next. Anyway, one of these cover-ups was... What? I heard it.
I didn't say that.
I'll get it on the other side because it's going to come off of your videos. One of these cover-ups was about the meteor theory.
Yeah.
After an interview with a witness that had military documents, so I'm assuming he was in the military, but there's no names given, which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
It was explained that the so-called meteor were actually part of a formation of four unknown crafts, part of four formations of four unknown crafts that entered from the Gulf of Mexico during a military exercise. In the book, he states that the military would launch fighters to engage with these aircrafts, in which one of the UFOs would be damaged and land or crash in Flatwoods. The occupant survived and hence be known as... Damn it, I delivered it wrong. The occupant survived and hence be known as the Flatwoods Monster there forevermore.
Beautiful.
Sorry. I delivered it terribly the first time. He then goes, I was a big, he then goes on to explain that the next sighting of the creature would happen the night after in a nearby town of Frametown. Did the creature run into the Snitowski's car? I keep trying to give him a K in there. Snitowski's car when passing through Frametown? Frechino thinks... So, I should probably put that all into one sentence. Frechino thinks so, and thinks that the stranded creature was rescued immediately after the incident when Snitowski saw the globe-like objects ascend into the sky and disappear. I didn't really talk about that. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I read the book, so I don't know the whole account, but Frechino had theories on the creature itself, too. He believes that the creature was likely more snake-like, and that the metallic suit allowed it to move around.
Okay.
He theorized that the body was coiled into the metallic suit. Well, he talked about an account involving... I don't know why I wrote well. Well, he talked about an account. He thought it was a coiled body in the suit. He talks about an account involving the above-mentioned Gary Barker and Ivan Sanderson, sounds like he's from The Matrix, where they allegedly found what is explained as a coiled substance on the ground in the area.
A coiled substance?
Coiled substance.
The fuck is a coiled substance?
I don't know. It was described as a giant piece of snake skin, but hard like a turtle shell. They would have this coil analyzed and found that it would straighten out when being put in water. I'm not getting verklempt. That was like a real tickle in my nose. Not a fake tickle, a real tickle.
Not a fake one this time.
Now putting Frechino's theories, Barker and Sanderson... Let me redo that. Now putting Frechino's theories, Barker and Sanderson's account, and the account of the as you would say, Snitowskis together. Could this creature come from an alien race known as the Reptilians? Strange and unpleasant smells are said to accompany Reptilians. The Snitowskis claim that the creature had a reptile-like face, and in some accounts, body. And Barker and Sanderson's findings of the snake skin that is hard as a turtle shell may all just point to that the creature was reptilian.
Yeah.
Now, with the stories and all the explanations given covered, it is now time for our final thoughts.
Ooh.
We've presented the facts. It's time now to examine the evidence and give our theories. So pull up a chair for our final thoughts. Science. All right. So,
Final thoughts, finally. We've only teased it every 15 seconds.
As customary in my dojo, Lennon, please go first.
Oh, you bet your ass I will.
Get it, you Minnesotan. Skeeted and scurried away.
The fucking barn owl thing is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. You want to provide a rational explanation.
I get rational explanations.
That looks to be one of the most rational explanations of it. Now, it's a stupid explanation.
Stupid.
But then again, a reptilian metal monster from outer space is also a stupid explanation.
Yeah.
But there's a giant fucking... That's a big-ass barn owl.
It's a big ass barn owl, but also. Oh, sorry, please. I don't mean to interrupt.
It's a big ass barn owl.
Yeah.
The arms, I guess, are consistent with what could have been misidentified as its legs. Vice versa.
I knew what you meant.
Because it's got the claws and they're spindly.
Absolutely.
But I don't get the dress. I don't get the metallic shroud because they could see the head inside of the shroud. I don't know. So I don't know if I really appreciate them kind of taking a shit on our story like that.
Right?
No.
Where we were there.
You know what I meant.
You, me, and Ritchie.
Yeah, Ritchie the Detective Dog. We brought him back. Now he's a cyborg.
Absolutely. Quiet.
Yeah, I actually do have final thoughts other than that.
Okay. I was about to say...
Unless you wanted to converse about that.
No, there's really nothing to converse about.
Okay.
Right? Rational theory, yes, the owl. But if it was, as I stated before, if it was just the kids and Miss Bay... If it was just the kids and Kathleen's account, we're not on first name basis.
We got nicknames.
Yeah, she's old now. Actually, she passed away. Anyways, if it was just their accounts, I would say, okay, maybe they just missaw something, the owl. But
sure,
there's more to it. So.
There is more. I have written similarity with reptilians, but mech suits are not so common in sightings. Reptilian sightings happen a lot, and reptilians are said to be shapeshifters.
So they would need a...
Exactly.
Yeah.
But not many sightings of reptilians say that they have mech suits on.
Right.
But like we talked about,
except for Godzilla.
Yes, Mecha Godzilla.
That's right.
Like we said though, this could be maybe one of the first appearances that they've made on our planet or something. Who the fuck knows?
First appearance, or maybe it was just a different type of that aren't here.
Yes. Was it even a mech suit? Some kind of spacesuit or a suit for atmospheric survival? We covered that. The fact that multiple people witnessed it in a close area and such similar accounts before news got out and about too much leads to the credibility a little more to me personally. You have 3 to 5 different sightings, all within, say, a 20-mile radius, all within a couple days of each other.
Right.
That would be considered if you had somebody say that there was somebody who escaped from prison,
right,
and they were they were witnessed the same 5 to 10 people or 3 to 5 people within a 20-mile radius. That's credible,
right?
That's something that would give evidence to start looking in that direction.
But you can't use the same logic like that at aliens because I have no reasons. They just don't.
Yeah. Yeah, so those are some of my final thoughts. I'd love to hear yours.
All right, I like your final thoughts.
Okay.
I agree with you on the owl.
Yep.
Now, at that time, if you remember, there was currently in a space race. So
yes,
it was in the forefront of people's minds. It was the beginning of the space race. There was actually Roswell just happened 5 years before. Sputnik was still 5 years away. So we're right in the middle of that. It couldn't have been a satellite because obviously Sputnik was 5 years later. So that's not even a remote possibility of a satellite crashing.
Yep.
As for meteor going by, I think people recognize what a fucking meteor is personally, but maybe I'm crazy.
Sorry.
Yeah,
that's another thing I want to talk about, the meteor.
Yeah, go ahead.
The meteor, yes. Yes, people have witnessed meteors. Also, nowadays when we have all these people who witness meteors, we have videos of it. Granted, obviously, that's not the point I'm making. But the point is that these things make loud booms and they fucking shatter windows and you can hear them for miles and miles and miles and miles. You think that many people would have picked up on that and wrote reports on it, especially if it fucking crashed into the side of a mountain,
right,
where it's sticking out. Yeah, I feel like many news outlets or newspapers and whatever around the area would have reported that, and there's no reportings of it. So that kind of, the meteor theory is kind of...
Well, they claim that it was in 3 states, saw it from Washington, D.C. all the way over, but still, I like to point out that most people know what the fucking meteor is.
Yeah.
A. B. You're going to tell me basically 3 towns that saw this thing thought it was not a meteor. And C. Multiple reportings have it not just going in a straight line, but have it circling and moving and doing actual directional things.
Right.
So I don't think it's a meteor. So I think it must have been some kind of flying craft, whether it was experimental, U.S. based or actual UFO. I think it's a craft.
Yes.
But what about the owl? We already talked about, so I'm going to do that.
Okay.
Now, the consistency of the description of the creature is another thing.
Yeah.
I think that lends credibility. I'm not saying it's 100%. Boom, it's going to be it. But I think that leads credibility to it, that it could be a creature.
Yes.
Now, let's talk about the creature.
Okay.
There's some thoughts that it's a reptilian from the accounts we have.
Mm-hmm.
That's in some kind of, as you called it, mecha suit. What if it's not actually a creature?
Mm-hmm.
What if it was a robotic man drone from a different race, or an experimental robotic drone type of thing from the U.S. government, and so on and so forth?
Okay.
What if it has no creature inside at all, and that's, I don't know why they would give it a face with eyes, but maybe it's the cameras.
I was gonna say,
you never know. So that's another theory I'd like to point out.
That's pretty fucking dope. I like that theory.
Yeah.
Like a fucking early, like 50s themed fucking drone.
Yep.
That's cool as hell.
Yeah. I don't know how they would
like
get an
that.
egg-shaped one to fly, but Roswell was 5 years earlier.
That's cool.
5 years earlier. And it said it came from government official says it came from the Gulf of Mexico during a military experiment, or military experiment, something like that. I don't know where it is in my notes, but I think it was a military experiment.
Yeah.
Or I keep saying experiment. It's definitely not an experiment. Whatever. They were in whatever military saw it. Fuck me. Jesus Christ. So I think it's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible it could be that.
That's cool. I like that theory.
Yeah. It's hard because we've never seen it since. Anything
exactly.
Even maybe Tic Tac is close to it or something, but
yeah.
So I don't know. It's either that.
I'd love for it to make an appearance again.
It would be cool. It would be cool. Like I said, I stated earlier, it could have just been a one-off, as in something visiting unplanned and crashing, or because of what's going on at the time, as you alluded to in the beginning with the USSR and all that. Maybe it's another case of and I wouldn't put it past the government for doing this, because of what was going on at the time. They were making you look over here. Well, X, Y, and Z are happening over here, as you've talked about in the past about some of the stuff.
Yeah.
Could that be what was going on internationally? All that Cold War, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Could it have been a recent actual crash sighting that maybe we'll get into later, some other day? That was, I think, 15 miles or something like that away from there. Happened roughly the same time, and they just did this to draw attention to that and take it off so that nobody would look and question over there, seeing as nobody ever talks about that other one, really. Yeah, that's the one I was trying to remember, and I couldn't think of it. Is the whole magician tactic of look over here while I do this over here.
Yeah, watch the hand while the other hand does the trick.
Sir. So that's my theory. No, well, that's the possibilities. What I think it is a some kind of alien craft that crashed.
Yeah, for sure.
And I don't know if it's a reptilian or a robotic droned craft, but that's what I think.
Yeah.
What do you think it is?
I agree. I think it's some kind of craft and some kind of humanoid or at least drone. I don't know. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. It's tough to know.
It's tough to know.
But either way, I think that one's one of the better validity, and legitimate ones.
Ritchie thinks it's an alien. He got close and personal with it.
He got real close and personal with it.
Yeah. Thank you, buddy. Oh, poor guy. He's sad. That was a horrible bark.
Lost out on a promotion.
I died 2 days later. Well, with the lack of evidence and only eyewitness testimonies, some may feel this is more of a ghost story than an actual alien sighting. Was the Flatwoods Monster a crashed alien spacecraft, a secret government project, or just simply a meteor and an owl sighting that was misinterpreted? Whatever it was, it is only surpassed by the Mothman in West Virginia lore. So that's our theories, and we're sticking to it.
Yeah, we are.
Actually, we're sticking to them because theories, plural.
Plural.
You know, you got the meteor, you got the Mothman. Not the Mothman. You don't got the Mothman.
Can't wait to talk about Mothman.
Yes.
It was aggressive.
Yeah. We'll talk about him soon.
Yes.
Or, I can't. Don't quote me on that. Someday we'll talk about it, please. Throw us to the outro, Maestro.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Squatches and barn owl fanatics.
You fucking love them.
Thank you all so much for listening to this week's episode. If you would like to reach out to us and let us know your thoughts and opinions, you can do so by finding us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and our YouTube channel.
Yeah. Well, I was confused.
Links are in the show notes below. If you enjoy what we do here at Don't Touch My Sasquatch, would like to support us, join our Patreon to get bi-weekly bonus shows, discounts on merch, #new merch coming soon.
Or maybe already.
Exclusive Patreon-only content, and lots more to come. You can hit the subscribe button for auto downloads because you know you need that every Monday in your life. I'd say it every week.
Do it now.
Do it now. Seriously, take the time. Take a minute. Do it now. You got to change the episodes in a minute here anyway, so you might as well just hit subscribe when you're done. If you enjoy what we do here, drop us a...
This sounds familiar.
Drop us a 5-star rating and write us a review. Tell us what you love and how you were enjoying the show. Share us on your socials and tell your cryptid-loving friends and family about us and how you're enjoying it.
Damn right.
Subscribe and hit the bell and like our YouTube videos.
Bing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This all helps us to grow and bring you even more great content for you to enjoy. Join us next Monday for our next incredible episode. You may write us, rate us, review us, but remember to always stay curious, be vigilant, and don't touch my Sasquatch.
You can't do it anyways. He's off visiting his buddy in Flatwoods.
Peace. See ya.
Yeah. Let's get going. Unless you're not ready.
I was born ready, buddy.
Bumpers and bloopers.
Not bloopers, just sounds. Or you can listen to the Roswell Instant.
And you get all of it, which is also 19. Hey.
Sorry. Everything just stopped coming out.
That's all right.
Breathe deep, child.
They are yours.
Dad, I talked to him on the phone. He's like, "Hi, what's up?" He's dying. What's up?
What the hell? Why is he yelling?
I don't know.
And why is he saying,
I don't know. That was definitely not how it went. I didn't know how to mimic an allergy attack.
Well, I'll tell you from experience, it ain't, what's up?
It's not that.
Welcome!
Oh, fuck.
Thank you, Vietnam. That's what that reminded me of.
Okay.
Is that what it is?
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. Don't thank you. Not thank you. I was going to come back and we're just going to be, once again, like red-eyed and crying.
Dying. Oh, right. Fuck. Do you feel the floor shaking? We get an earthquake? Have something?
I don't feel anything.
All right. Maybe I'm just going cuckoo.
For Cocoa Puffs.
The dog's name was Ricky.
Yeah. The dog's name was Ricky. Yeah.
And actually, the dog's name was Ricky.
Ricky. Martin.
Ritchie. Not Ricky.
But anyway.
Acid fingers, maybe. Just kidding.
Ass fingers.
Ass finger. I'm sorry. I thought the ice cubes were gone.
It's okay. You have water. You have two monsters over there. Do you have a tea or a coffee over there, too?
No, I had tea this morning.
There it is. You're going to have to piss soon.
Oh, fantastico. Bravico.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeet.
I didn't want to say yeah.
Yeet. Oh, which one are we getting first?
Well, you tell me, because apparently I got in trouble.
You ain't getting in trouble. We'll end the beautiful ones first.
All right. Video B.
1. Video C. 2. And audio.
Peace.
Love you, babies. You know who else was with those guys?
Ritchie the Detective Dog. He's sniffing that mist again.
Stalling to try to remember it. That is why this is taking so long. I'm sorry.
It's all good. That's what was going on.
Yeah. That's a long pause. Too long of a pause, actually. My bad.
Wonderful account.
That's it. I'm done.